Hello everybody, my name is Cosley, and today we're going to be looking at a 5.5-minute game rant video called Tips for Beginners in Stardew Valley. Now, if you've seen a Shawnee Do video or two, or been on the internet in the past few years, you know that Game Rant isn't that good at making guides, and the most recent victim of this being Stardew Valley. So I thought we'd dissect a few of their tips and tricks, whether they be completely flat out wrong, or just needing a little bit of guidance.
First up, watch TV every morning. Making the transition from city life to country life doesn't mean saying goodbye to all pastimes.
So contrary to semi-popular belief, you don't actually need to watch the TV every single day. The only day I'd say you watch it 100% would be Sunday, because on Sunday, Queen of Sauce airs, and with Queen of Sauce, you can get all of these cool recipes. Unless you're doing something luck-based like the Skull Caverns or the casino, I'd say fortune-telling isn't that needed, especially if you're working on friendship, doing quests, or just working on your farm all day. You don't need to check the fortune. Living off the land is made for new players, so if you are a new player, I would recommend watching that, yeah. And Weather Report tells you what the weather's going to be the next day, which you only really need if you're looking for a rainy day.
Invest and build scarecrows. Crops are a farmer's bread and butter, and unfortunately, crows just can't keep their greedy beaks away.
Yes, you should be building scarecrows to cover your crops from crows, but just one little scarecrow, even a deluxe scarecrow, isn't going to cover every single one of your crops. You need to spread them out, preferably on the outside, and allow them to do their little work. How many crows have you scared off, big guy? Oh, okay. And if you're interested in vanity, make sure to collect all 8 rare crows. They're pretty cute little guys.
Next up, check the bulletin board every day for quests. The beginning month of the game can feel a little hopeless at times. On top of caring for the crops every morning, it's best to make a habit of always checking the bulletin board just outside of Pierre's shop.
Yes, make sure to check the bulletin board almost every day that you can, because they do give friendship, achievements, and money. The one thing Game Rant left out is you can accept the quests. Nothing's posted today. You can accept the quests and not actually complete them. There will be no consequence for not completing these quests. Same thing with the job board over at Mayor Lewis's. You can accept one of these quests and the villagers just won't care if you don't complete them.
Prepare for upcoming seasons. Keeping track of the changing weather is important for everyone, but for a farmer, it means their livelihood. Keep an eye on the calendar. Don't just keep a routine of tending to the garden and buying the seeds in Pierre's stock. Nothing is worse than buying up a fortune of expensive seeds to plant just to have the weather change and for them to stop growing.
Yes, you should of course keep an eye on the seasons in Stardew Valley, but the main point that this guy makes is that mid-season you should be calculating which seeds you can and cannot plant. You should pretty much only be planting the most profitable crop that you have that season. The only exception in my opinion being mixed seeds, community center items, loved or liked gifts, or anything in that sort. You only really need to be planting the most profitable crop that season unless you have ulterior motives with said crop.
Next, make friends and gift everyone. Although Stardew Valley is a game revolving around farm life, that doesn't mean there's no time for socializing.
In my perfection playthrough apart for Linus, I didn't even get a heart until like mid-year 1. You don't need to focus on friendship. In fact, friendship is hard to focus on when you don't have many resources. Unless it's something easy to do in Spring or Summer 1, like forageables for Linus, driftwood for Leah, strawberries for Maru and Demetrius, and possibly beer for Shane and Pam. I would not recommend going for friendship early on. In my opinion, it's just going to make less time for you to do actually important stuff.
Next up, keep some grass on the farm. Once livestock is available to purchase, those animal friends will become valuable assets to the player's farm. Along with companionship, these animals will bring new sources to sell for good coin.
Yeah, of course you want to keep some grass for hay. Don't cut a lot of it down. In fact, don't cut any of it down that you don't immediately need to. In my opinion, the first thing you should be doing before even buying a coop, maybe even before going into the mines, is buy a silo or 2. In this specific save, I've had 3 silos since Spring 1, and I've never needed to buy hay from Marnie. If you just keep them stocked up every season, you'll have more than enough hay.
Donate to the community center right away. After a few days, the community center will open up, allowing the player to donate bundles to help repair certain parts of the town.
Complete the community center, sure, but you don't really need to focus on a lot of it immediately. Of course, passively go for the fish tank. These are seasonal specific items, and you're not gonna get them outside of those seasons. Completing the pantry bundle, yes, very important. It unlocks the greenhouse, a very important building. The bulletin board and the crafts room are less important, as you don't get a lot of cool stuff from them, and they're pretty easy to do. You can get the safe that unlocks the bus at any point because it just costs money, so put this off for a while. And finally, unlocking the blacksmith, yes, very, very important. Do that as soon as possible. It unlocked the minecarts, a fast travel system, and it completely changes the way you play Stardew.
Next up, make sure to plant crops near water. One of the most common mistakes when starting up the garden area is planting seeds wherever it seems okay.
Yeah, I guess you can start out planting near water. I personally started very near to this lake, but it's not the biggest deal in the world. One, the farm isn't that big, so no farm is going to be so far away from water that you can't possibly imagine going there. And also, one of the easiest buildings to get is the well. Other than that, I would say immediately start investing in basic sprinklers. Sprinklers are the best thing in the game because you'll never have to water your crops again.
And finally, prioritize the backpack upgrade.
Do not prioritize the backpack upgrade. If you can spare 2000G, yes, get the first backpack upgrade. It's not that much. But do not spend 10k on a backpack upgrade before you buy strawberry seeds. On the 13th of every spring is the Egg Festival, where you can buy strawberry seeds, the best spring crop in the game. And planting them right after will give you 2 harvests, giving you more than enough money to buy the backpack upgrade after the strawberries. Those were just a few of our tips and tricks for Stardew Valley. Thanks for watching, everybody!